Hey guys, Bicebump here, bringing you another Sanctum of Divination heroic guide, commentary and point of view video from the Unholy Death Knight perspective. Today we're taking a look at Eye of the Jailer, which is the second boss in the instance. I'm here running the normal raiding build, actually opting to choose Clone Shadows instead of Orbital Serve. I feel like Orbital Serve is probably slightly better on this fight, but I was running Clone Shadows on the previous one and I really didn't switch over. They're both fine, and I don't see one being like a clear winner. However, if I were to recommend one, I would still say Orbital Serve. They just call Legendary and the AMS Soulbind. Let's jump right into it. I will start out with Army on pull. We are going to Lost in the final phase, and we will have Army up for then. So it's completely fine to use Army on pull, using Army of the Damned. The cooldown is low enough to get it up again. This is a normal opener, double Fester into Blight and Dark Transformation, Abomination Limb, and then Apocalypse. You see I got hit by Swallow there? That spawns 3 little shadows of yourself. You just need to run around and pick those up. That's fine. We can see the Stygian Abductor ad coming through. There were a couple of range people that were soaking the change. If you are one of those people soaking the change, you can use Death's Advance to avoid having to run back. However, that's not too much of an issue, so I will probably save Death's Advance for when we can run across the beam, and I will get to that later. Half the raid goes in this eye, half the raid goes in the other one. I noticed that in my group, I'm the only one on this eye, so I'm probably on the wrong one, so I move over to the second portion. That's an obvious error. I do get some multi-dotting action, but you can do that anyway. If they're taken close enough, you can just run a couple steps, dot the other ad, and then run back. Using my cooldowns again as soon as they come up. There's nothing here to save them for, so just leverage them and make sure we get as many casts off as possible in the fight. When you do get one of these pools that you have to drop, I quite like to run into the existence pools and just overlap them. They don't really do too much damage, and it just saves so much space. As soon as these ads start going to 35% health, just want to make sure I leverage my Soul Reaper to get as much damage from that as possible. That's something you see as a very good min-max thing. Making sure you Soul Reaper like ads, Soul Reaper the bosses as much as possible. It's a huge point of improvement for a lot of players. Alright, cooldowns again. Let's just slap them on and go. You will see somewhere in this phase, the first one was so short, we actually didn't get the beam that moves across, but I do think we're going to get the beam here. And as an Unholy Death Knight, you can do Death's Advance plus AMS and just run across it. And this is actually quite nice, because you usually have an ad up, and you want to avoid losing uptime on the ad. So you see the beam coming through, I just use AMS and Death's Advance, nothing happens, right? Easy peasy. And you can see I get loads of uptime on the ad, which I would have lost if I had to run across and jump over. Also, when you do jump over, like the pet tends to not like it, it can get stuck. Brings me another point. Try and keep an eye out for your pet, because it can get stuck. And if it gets stuck, it deals 0 damage, and that's kind of like your damage down in the gutter. So do try and have a look. Whenever you whenever you use Dark Transformation, right, you will see where your pet is. So just make sure you keep an eye out and make sure he's not way off and not hitting the boss, Okay, learn from our mistakes in the previous intermission. Now we're running to the correct side, which is good for us because we have both the Abductor and the Eye here. So going to try and see if we can leverage some Death and Decay Cleave. That's like as soon as you see more than one ad or whatever, just Death and Decay and do use some Scorched Strike Cleaves. I only got 2 off there, pity. But still, it's just 3 damage. Now you can see Blight, Dark Transformation, soon coming off cooldown. However, I'm going to hold them, because I know as soon as this guy dies, in like 15 seconds, we're going to use Lost and just nuke the boss. And I do want to make sure I can use my Blight with my army. So, hold on my cooldowns. Ever see? As I get the pull, just jump into the existing one. You see it barely touch my HP, right? So it's completely safe, and it saves a lot of space. Alright, making ourselves ready. So we have Army, we have Blight, we have Dark Transformation, we have Abomination Limb coming up soon. So we start up with Army, and importantly, after we use Army, we wait a couple of seconds. We don't want to hit Blight instantly, because the ghouls need to come out of the ground. However, couple seconds afterwards, now we use our cooldowns. Okay? That is actually crucial. If you use your cooldowns like Blight too early, they're going to be awful overlap. You can see that? I was paying too little attention to the mechanics and too much emphasis on my damage output, which meant I got mechanics, so bad by me, but still. Boss is dead, all good. Got a pretty good pass as well, even though I end up quite low in the rankings, but it is what it is when you play Unholy Death Knight on this fight. And look at that, I got a weapon, awesome. That was everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Do make sure to subscribe so you can see more of this kind of content. I'm putting out one video for every boss. Comment down below, tell me what you thought about this video. Upvote, downvote, you know the deal. Find me on Acros, yada yada yada. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for more content. Thank you.